Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Kyle's house, where I will be fighting a 1,500-point battle between my Dark Angels and Kyle's Biel-Tan Eldar. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Biel-Tan have decided that they wanted to expand their sphere of influence and have been moving out further and further into the Imperium, taking the fight to the Monkey and trying to expand their control. And the Dark Angels were sent to go stop them from being expanding any further than they have. So the two forces have now met on this planet and are going to be battling it out for control of the planet and the future of the planet. But a giant storm, an electrical storm, has descended upon the planet, cutting off communications between them and leaving very few ways for them to understand and know what each other's doing and the layout of the battlefield. So that's the story that we've got going on here. The mission that we're going to be playing is Contact Lost, which is why I put there in the electrical storm thing there. So what it is with that is that you've got the 6 objectives, which are those shiny spiky bits. And what they're going to do, I'm going to get sued for that, aren't I? But those are the objectives that we got going on there. Yeah, lawsuit, bro. So at the beginning of each of your turns, you draw tactical objectives cards up to 6, equal to the number of objectives that you control. So, for instance, if you control 3, you draw 3 cards up to 6. So that's the way that goes. And then whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. So there's First Blood, Slay the Warlord, Linebreaker as well for all of it. So that's the story. That's the mission that we're going to be playing out. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be bringing a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have Azrael and a Talon Master. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads and a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have a chapter ancient. We have a 3-man squad of inceptors with assault bolters. We have a 4-man squad of black knights. We have a 10-man hellblaster squad. And last but not least, we have a dark talon. And then for the Eldar, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have 2 Farseers with singing spears and shuriken pistols. We have 2 5-man squads of Dire Avengers, one of which has an Exarch with 2 Avenger shuriken catapults. We have a 10-man Guardian squad with a Star Cannon platform. We have a 5-man Dark Reaper squad, and the Exarch has a Tempest launcher. We have 2 Wave Serpents with Crystal Targeting Matrix and Spirit Stones. We have a Crimson Hunter Exarch with 2 Bright Lances and a Pulse Laser. Then for the Vanguard detachment, we have a Warlock with Witchblade and Shuriken Pistol. We have a 6-man Howling Banshee squad. The Exarch has an Executioner. We have a 5-man squad of Fire Dragons. The Exarch has a Fire Pick. And last but not least, we have a 6-man Shadow Spectre squad with an Exarch. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here. I've got my Hellblasters, I've got my Chapter Ancient, and I've got Azrael up on top of this roof party here. I've got my Talon Master over on the side over there. We've got the Scouts back here acting as a screen. We've got my Dark Talon back here. We've got my Black Knights over here. We've got 1 Intercessor squad here, 1 Intercessor squad here, and then the Inceptors are in Deep Strike Reserve. Going over deployment for the Eldar, we've got 1 Wave Serpent up here. Inside of there are the 2 Dire Avenger squads, one of the Farseers and the Warlock. The other Wave Serpent down here has the other Farseer, who's going to be his Warlord. We also have the Howling Banshees and the Dark Reapers are inside. So we've got them placed next to him just to mark who's in where. But they're not actually outside of it. They're just inside. We've got the Shadow Specters over here. We've got the Crimson Hunter back here. We've got the Guardian Squad back here. And in Deep Strike, or in the Webway portal, he has his Fire Dragons. So as of right now, the Dark Angels are going to be going first, unless the Eldar can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No, a 3. That's half of it, so he'll go second. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so I drew Hold the Line for my first one, which is score a victory point if at least 3 of your units completely in deployment zone, and your opponent has no models within your deployment zone at the end of your turn. I got really excited when I drew that. And then my opponent pointed out that I can't score it on my first turn. So hurt my feelings, and Eldar are already up to their shenanigans of pointing out rules. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All of these guys stood still. So my Hellblasters, my Chapter Ancient, and Azrael. My Scout stood still. My Talon Master moved up a bit. My Intercessors over here shuffled around a bit. My Black Knights stood still, and so did my Intercessors over there. My Dark Talon shot up the board over this way, moving 40 inches. And my Inceptors dropped in over here, looking on his Spectres behind over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Inceptors are going to fire into his Shadow Spectres. So they are -1 to hit, just because of being Shadow Spectres. And he's also going to spend 2 command points for lightning fast reactions. I was going to say reflexes, but it's not, it's reactions, which is another -1 to hit. So they're going to be -2 to hit. So each of their assault bolters, they have 2 of them each, are going to be 3 shots, assault 3. So that's going to be 18 shots here, hitting on 5s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 6 hits, strength 5, toughness 3, looking for 3s to wound. All right, getting 4 wounds, AP -1, so 4 4-ups. And he makes all of them like a jerk. No, a jerk, not a boss. And now my Dark Talon is going to fire into his Guardian squad over here. We're going to start with the Hurricane Bolters. So my opponent spent a command point on Celestial Shield, giving them a 4-up invul save. So here we go. These are going to be 24 shots from the Hurricane Bolters, hitting on 2 because of Strafing Run. We'll come back to you with that. All right, we got 18 hits. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so it was 14 wounds, 14 4-up saves. Okay, we'll come back to you with that. And he only failed 6, so that's 6 Guardians dead. And now the Heavy Rift Cannon. D3 shots, 3 shots. Hitting on 3s because it's -1 to hit because of moving, +1 to hit because of Strafing Run. All right, so that's 2 hits, strength 10, wounding on 2s. That is, I'm going to spend a command point. No, I'm not going to spend a command point. So that's going to be 1 wound, 4-up invul save. Oh, and he makes it with a 6. And now my Intercessors here are going to fire into his Wave Serpent over here because that's the only thing in range. Hitting, he's going to jink. Hitting on 3s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master over there. Getting a whole lot of nothing. And now my Talon Master is going to fire his Twin Heavy Bolter because it's the only thing that can reach into his Wave Serpent over here. So 6 shots, hitting on 4s because he moved. Alrighty. Wounding on strength 5, so toughness 6, so 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 2 wounds, AP -1. 2 4-ups. No, those 2 go through. And then this is the Spear Stones. No, and those 2 go through, so it's 2 damage. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. At the end, the morale test, the Guardians over here lost 6 guys, so 6 plus 5 is 11, which means they lose 4 guys. Is that the whole squad? 6? Yeah, that's the whole squad. So that's, oh no, they have 1 guy left because he takes out the platform. So boom, 1 guy left. Isn't that exactly how you said that you anticipated that there was going to be 1 guy left at the end of the turn? And yep, he's right there. But that 1 guy does prevent me from getting first blood. So yeah, screw you. Yeah. All right, my opponent drew Assassinate, so that's what he's going to be trying to do this first turn. Sad trombone, bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. Yeah, that might be a little difficult first turn. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. His Dark Reapers and his Farseer, well, the Warlock jumped out of this one before it moved. Everybody else stayed inside. The Dark Reapers and the Farseer jumped out of this one before it moved and then ran up into the building over here. And then he moved over here. Still, the Howling Banshees are still inside there. The Dire Avengers and the other Farseer are still inside over here. Then we have the Shadow Specters moved up over here. The one Guardian moved up over there, trying to think small thoughts and for me to ignore them. Ignore him, just him. And then the Crimson Hunter here, Vector Dance. So it turned 90 degrees, shot over here, turned 90 degrees again because of Vector Dancer, and he's looking up that way. So that is it for the movement phase. His Fire Dragons are still in the Webway portal as of right now. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting off the Psychic phase, the Farseer here is going to guide the Shadow Specters. Does not go off on a 3, but he's got Runes of the Farseer, so he gets to re-roll that. On an 8 does go off. And now his Farseer is going to Fortune his Shadow Specters. Gets it with a 10. And now his Warlock is going to conceal his Shadow Specters. He does not want them dead. Goes off with a 7. All right, that's it for the Psychic phase. So moving on to the shooting phase, his Shadow Specters are going to shoot into my poor Inceptors. What did they do to you? Literally nothing. They did literally nothing to you. So his Shadow Specters is going to be firing in here. We've got, what is it?
They're doing the focus shot.
They're doing the focus shot into them. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, right?
Yep.
Rerolling because of guide. All right, so that's 5 hits. Oh, but the 6 counts as 2 hits, right?
Remember, they're the ones that get
Which
exploding up to 3 hits.
Oh, well, they get to explode. Any hit becomes an exploding hit, right? Or, one second. All right, sorry. It was for every hit that they get to take basically another shot. So 5 hits from the first round, so another 5 shots. Rerolling because of guide. All right, so that's another 3 hits there. Oh, 4 hits, sorry, 4 hits over there, so another 4 shots. Rerolling because of guide, and that's another 3 hits there. So that's a whole lot of hits that are coming in here. These are going to be strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. We'll come back to you with that. So we've got 10 wounds here at AP -3, so 10 6-up saves. Show me them Phil versus. Getting 1, 2, getting 2. That's still enough to kill them. So they are dead, and that is First Blood. So now his Crimson Hunter is going to fire into my Dark Talon over here. He's got one Bright Lance, right? No, two Bright Lances and 1 Pulse Laser. Pulse Laser is going to have 2 shots. Everything is going to be, it's -1 to hit because of moving, so it's going to be hitting on 3s, and then -1 to hit because of hard to hit, so it's going to be hitting on 4s, but he's an Exarch, so he's going to be re-rolling 1. So these are the Pulse Lasers first, right? Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, getting 1 hit. Strength 8, so looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6-up. Show me that filth first. No, goes through, so that is 3 damage. And then we have the 2 Bright Lance shots coming in here. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. No re-roll there. Wounding on 3, so that is a wound. AP -4, so that just goes straight through. D6 wounds, 4 wounds, so a total of 7 down. That's brutal. All right, so now his Wave Serpent here is going to fire into my Dark Talon over here. So he's going to be, he moved, so this heavy weapon is going to be at -1 to hit, but the Crystal Matrix, Crystal Targeting Matrix ignores that if it's the closest model, so, or it gives him +1, so he's the closest model there, so he's going to be firing into that, gets +1 from that. But I'm still hard to hit, so it will be hitting on 4s. So this is the top-mounted ones here, hitting on 4s. Really good there. Average, yeah.
4 2s, 4
I just looked at all the 6s, yeah. 4 2s,
4 6s.
4 2s, 4 6s. That seems approximately equal distribution there. So these are strength 6, so looking for a 4 to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP nada, so 3 3-ups. And I failed one of, I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll that. Yeah, he's good. Woo! And let me see if I get that command point back. I do, in fact, with that filth face. No, I'm not gonna woo that one. That would be too much woo. And I only give the proper amount of woo. Too much woo, and it just like drives people crazy. But the right amount of woo, and that's where it's at. I think he's got 3 shots from the underslung, also hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of Shuriken and him being Biel-Tan, so that's 2 hits. 4s to wound, getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. And I make them both. All right, so now his Wave Serpent here is going to fire into my Dark Talon over here. So the underslung one isn't close enough, so it's only going to be the top one. Again, -1 to hit because he moved, +1 because of the crystal targeting matrix because he's the closest, and then -1 to hit because of hard to hit. So hitting on 4s. Oh wow! All but 1 hit, but re-rolling 1 isn't it? Oh, that's not Shuriken. Okay, so I thought I could re-roll that 1. Really good though. So wounding on 4s. Getting, oh man, a lot. 4 wounds there. We have 4 3-up saves. Show me 3-ups. And I failed 2 of them, so he's still alive. Oh god, his guardian here is gonna shoot up at him. Oh
Surprise,
boy.
dirtbag.
Surprise, hitting on 5.
4s.
Oh, hitting on 4s. That's 1 hit. That is 1 wound.
-3.
AP -3.
-3.
Oh man, come on, show me this fill face. Do it! Do not die to a guardian! A guardian! Don't do it! Oh, the opposite! The opposite! Who does that? Oh. Does he explode? Take him out with you. Take him out with you. Take him out with you. No. Come on. That's just rubbing it in at that point. And now the Dark Reapers are going to fire into my intercessors over here, holding this objective. So we're gonna have 8 shots, right, from the
Yeah, they're doing their
2 shot each one. So he's gonna be 8 shots, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling
because of the his Warlord trait is the Biel-Tan one, which he chose them as the target, so they get to reroll all failed hits in the shooting phase. All hits. So this is strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we've got 5 wounds. Sorry, 5 wounds.
-2.
5 -2, so we've got 5 5-up saves, and I make 1 of them. So that is 4 dead intercessors. Gross. All right, so that's it for the Eldar turn here on turn 1. He didn't get his objective, but we do have a morale test over here for my intercessor. He lost 4 guys from his squad, 4 plus 5. He would run away, but he's got, and they shall know no rules. Into a 1. Okay, that's the only time that I'm happy to see 1s. All right, so he is good to go, and we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, so the cards that I drew, I hold 3 objectives, so I drew 3 more objective cards. I've got Hold the Line Still, which is originally what I had the first turn. I drew Witch Hunter, so I have to kill a Psyker. I then got Priority Orders Received and drew Psychological Warfare, so he has to, Azrael needs to be able to put the last wound onto a unit that then has to fail a morale test. Seems plausible. That's probably going to happen a whole lot. And then I drew Advance, which is have everyone out of my deployment zone. So I have Advance, and I have Hold the Line at the same time. Sounds good. Probably going to get all of those. So that is cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. Turn 2. Yeah, not with that attitude. I'm not. That's it for the cards drawn. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These intercessors stayed still. That intercessor just kind of moved up to hide behind this big pillar here. My Black Knights, my Dark Knight returns. Moved up here. They advanced up, so they moved 20 inches. I'm going to see if I get but I spent the command point for Speed of the Raven, which allows them to shoot and charge as normal. So let's see if they get it back. I do not, so I'm down to 6 command points. My Talonmaster moved up next to them over there. My Scouts moved up over here. My Hellblasters advanced up this way. And they moved up here, getting closer, so that next turn, hopefully I can shoot some things with them. And that is it for my movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now into the shooting phase, my Black Knights are going to fire into his Wave Serpent over here. My opponent spent 2 command points to make him -1 to hit, so I am not going to supercharge because I don't want them dead again. So here we go. We're going to have 8 shots coming from them. Hitting on 4s now because he's -1 to hit. Yeah, that would have been a fair number. 3 dead guys there. So that is 4 misses, which is exactly statistical. There we go. All right, so strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the Talonmaster. Oh, 1 wound, AP -3, and a 4-up goes through, and then a 3-up was the 6-up invul save because of the thing. So he takes a wound. And now my Talonmaster is going to fire into his Wave Serpent over here. Going to fire everything into there. So the twin assault cannons, hitting on 5s because he's -1 to hit from his stratagem, and -1 to hit because he moved with a heavy weapon. Alrighty, pretty... Well, actually, really freaking good there. I'll take that. Strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s, but no need to. Wow, 4 wounds, AP -1, so 4 ups. Fails 3 of them, and 6 ups, makes 1 of them, so he takes 2 wounds. And now the twin heavy bolter firing into him, hitting on 5s again. Alrighty, still pretty good. That's actually, I think, exactly statistical. So 2 shots, wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. No wounds there. All right, that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here in turn 2. Not great turn. But I did score hold the line, so I got 1 point for that, and I'm going to get rid of advance because I don't want to go away from my home. So that's going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Eldar here on turn 2. All right, and the Eldar drew behind enemy lines and no prisoners on this turn here because he held 2 objectives. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. His Wave Serpent here moved up. Everyone who was inside stayed inside there. His Dark Reapers dropped down over here along with the Farseer, right? Am I right? Yeah, Farseer dropped down there. But the Warlock stayed up there to hold up onto the objective. The Spectres jumped up around over here so that they are onto the objective now. His Lone Guardian, the savior of the day that shut down that flyer, stayed over here to hold on to the objective, and the Wave Serpent moved up over there with the Howling Banshee still inside. The Crimson Hunter moved up over there, and then Vector danced to turn this way, and his Fire Dragons dropped in over there, more than 12 inches away from my Intercessor, so I can't intercept them with Auspex Scan. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting off the Psychic phase, his Farseer here is going to cast Guide onto his Shadow Spectres here. So looking for a 7. Only getting a 5, so he's going to use the Runes of the Farseer to make it a 9, and they are good. All right, now Fortune's going to favor the bold. Yo, Perils there. So it does go off, but now he does Perils, but D3 mortal wounds, 2 mortal wounds, and then 2 ups. He ignores them, and he does because of Eldar shenanigans. And now we're going to try to conceal them from the Warlock. No, it does not go off. All right, so now his Shadow Spectre is going to start us off here with the shooting phase into my Black Knights. So the way it works is I'm just making sure that we're all clear on this because I also needed to be clear on this. Every hit that they successfully make, they get another shot, up to 3 per guy. So what we have here is we're going to have 6 guys hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Guide. All right, so that's all hits. So now he's going to have another 6 shots that are coming in here. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Guide. All right, missing 1. So now we're going to have another 5 shots. See, I got this. I can figure things out eventually. Re-rolling because of Guide. All right, that was really, really good. So that's going to be 16 hits there, shots there. Yes, hits. 16 hits, strength 8, right? 6. So still wounding on 3s. All right, that is going to be 4, so 12, right? 12 wounds. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so 12 wounds onto my Black Knights. Because they advance, they have the Jinx special rule, gives them a 4-up invul save. So, get back here. So 12 4-up invul saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 3 dead Black Knights. Killer. All right, so after that shooting, my opponent spent 1 command point there for Fire and Fade, which means after they shoot, they can then immediately move 7 inches as if it was the movement phase. So they moved back over here, hiding behind this rock. All right. All right, so now his Dark Reapers are going to fire into my Black Knight over here. So we're going to have 8 shots from the regular guys there, or is your, yeah, 8 shots in there because the other guy is in there. So 8 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of the Warlord trait that he gave him over there. So missed 1 shot, so that's 7 hits. Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. All right, so that is 3 wounds there. AP -2, so looking for my 4-up invul save. And I failed all 3 of them, and yeah, he did. All right, so now his Fire Dragons are going to fire into my Talon Master. So we're going to go with the regular guys first, 4 of them, hitting on 3s. All right, so that is all but one hit. And then the Exarch gets to reroll 1, so he rolls that, but he hits anyway, so that's 4 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because I'm a vehicle. Rerolling 1s because I'm a vehicle. All right, so that is 4 wounds. AP -4, so that's just going to go straight through there. D6 each. Yeah, he is totally dead. All right, so now his Wave Serpent here is going to fire into my Intercessor over here. So here come the Scatter Lasers. He's going to be hitting on 3s because he moved, but then +1 because it's the closest model. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on Strength 6, right? So 3s, that is 3 wounds. No AP, so 3 3-ups. Make them all. Woo! And now his Underslung firing into him over here. Again, hitting on 3s. All right, getting 1 hit, but re-rolling 1s because of Biel-Tan. So that is 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Ooh, nothing there. All right, so now his Crimson Hunter is going to fire into my lone guy over here. He's going for the objectives. So here we go. These are the Bright Lances hitting on 3s. All right, 1 hit. Wounding on 2. That is a wound.
-4.
AP -4. Oh, no, he is totally dead.
Well, no,
that's
D6,
3 damage, right?
D6.
No, D6. Oh, yeah, now he's dead. And now this Wave Serpent here is going to fire into my Hellblasters. So we're going to go with the top mount one first. So these are going to be hitting on 3s because he gets +1 because they're the closest there. So it's all but 1 hit. Looking for 3s. Getting 5 wounds there. No AP, so 5 3-ups. And I failed 2 of them, so one of them is dead. Does he get to fire back because of the Chapter Ancient there?
Do it in me.
No, he doesn't. And now the Underslung firing here, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. No AP. And he's good with a 3. And that is it for the Eldar turn here. He did get no prisoner and also got assassinate. So he gets D3 for no prisoner because he killed 3. So it becomes D3, getting 2 points for that and 1 point for assassinate. So pretty good there. So we'll come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 3.
I do like it.
All right, so I still had the psychological warfare with my priority orders received for my warlord. I still have Witch Hunter. Then I drew no forgiveness, so kill something that was holding an objective. And then I got mission critical objective, rolled a 2, so I have to get this objective way back on the far side of the table. Not great. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. The scouts advanced up here to jump on the objective. My Hellblasters, Azrael, and the Chapter Ancient moved up over this way, looking onto his Wave Serpent over here. My Intercessors dropped down over there, and that is it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so my Hellblasters here are going to start us off by shooting into his Wave Serpent. I'm going to supercharge, and I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that command point back? I do not, so I'm down to 5. But they are not in double tap range, so we're going to have 10 shots into his Wave Serpent over here. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. All right, so that's all hits. Wounding on 3s. Whoop. Get back over here. All right, so that is going to be 7 wounds. 7 AP -4, so does he have an invul save? He does not, so that goes straight through. So that's going to be 7 times 3, -1 for each one because of the shield, right? So that's going to be 7 times 12. That's going to be 14 wounds into here. 14 6-up saves, right? 6-up ignoring wounds. Needs 2 of them to survive. He gets... oh no, he gets another 2 over there. So he gets 4 total. So that's going to be 10 wounds onto him. Pretty brutal, but not enough. Azrael's now going to fire into his Wave Serpent over here. I'm not going to supercharge because I don't feel like giving him Slay the Warlord. Hitting on a 2. All right, that's a hit. Maybe I should have supercharged. Wounding on a 4. Hey, with a Fill Face, that's a wound. Looking for a 6-up save. No, goes through. Looking for a 6-up, ignoring. No, so he takes another wound, down to 2. Another Chapter Ancient's going to shoot into him. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. Yeah, with a fill first. 3 up save. No, 6 up. No, so he takes another wound. All right, so now my intercessor squad here is going to fire into the fire dragons over here, except for the one guy who's going to try to pick him off back over there. So we're going to go with the one back over there first, hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Wounding on a 3. Ooh, I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. Yeah, into a wound. Do I get that command point back? I do. And let's see. All right, so he's going to have -1 to his save now because of the AP from the gun, but he gets +1 to his save because of the barrier here. So he's going to
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. 5 up. No, he is dead. He came at you and then he killed you. All right, now the other 4 guys are going to be firing into the fire warriors over here. Fire dragons. I don't keep calling them fire warriors.
I'm not Tau.
He's not Tau. Not yet. They're not Tau. So here we go. 8 shots hitting on 3s. All righty then. So we got 5 hits. If I can wound with all of these, I could possibly take him down. Here we go. 5 looking for 3s. Nope. So we get 3 wounds. AP -1. He is 2 failed, so that is 2 dead fire dragons. He actually took him on the X-Arc, so it's only going to be the 1 X-Arc dead, and then the 4 guys are still around. All right, so that's the end of the turn here for the Dark Angels. I did get no forgiveness, and I'm going to get rid of the mission critical because I'm not getting back over here. Let's be honest. So that's going to be it for the Dark Angels turn here. We'll come back to the cards drawn for the Eldar here on turn 3. All right, so the Eldar drew advanced. He still has behind enemy lines, and that is going to be what he has because he only holds 1 objective, so he can only draw the 1 card. So we'll come back to you at the after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. His Dire Avengers and the Farseer got out of the Wave Serpent over here, moving up this way, looking on my Hellblasters. His Shadow Specters they advanced up over this way, looking on my Hellblasters. The Farseer and the Dark Reapers moved up around over this way. His Warlock moved up towards the edge of the building over here. This Wave Serpent stayed still. I moved back a bit this way, back to the objective. The Banshees got out and advanced and moved up there, looking really close to my Intercessors. Also, the Fire Dragons are looking at my Intercessors over there, and his Flyer moved and the Vector danced over in that corner over there. So that is it for the movement phase for the Eldar. So we'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting us off here, his Farseer over here is going to cast Executioner onto my Hellblasters over here. So looking for a 7, getting, ooh, where's that other one?
11.
Oh, there it is. Getting it with an 11. So that's going to be, it doesn't have the D6, right? Because of, yeah, so it's just D3 mortal wounds here. Whoa. Throwing his dice everywhere. 1 mortal wound. So if it had done 2 mortal wounds, it would have killed a guy, and then he would have been able to do another D3 mortal wounds. That's what Execution does. It's pretty badass, but only did 1, so it did not kill him all. And now he's going to cast Doom onto them over here. Not getting it with a 5. Runes of the Farseer getting to re-roll it into a 7, and that's good. And now his Farseer over here is going to guide his guide these bros over here, the Shadow Specters, getting it with a 10. And now he is going to Fortune the Shadow Specters, and he gets it with an 8. All right, so now his Shadow Specters are going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. So the first round of shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of guide, getting 5 hits, so now 5 shots again. Rerolling because of guide. All right, so now 4 shots again. Hitting on 3s, that's all hits there, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so now they're going to be wounding on 3s. All right, rerolling because of doom. Doomy, doomy, doom. Doom, doom, doom. All right, so all but 1 there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wounds. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so now they've got 12 up invul saves. 12 4-up invul saves because of Azrael there. Oh, that is, okay. So that is going to be One here is going to, that was average. Doesn't make me happy. So that's going to kill a guy. Then 2 other guys are going to be dead. And then one's going to have a wound. So that's going to be 3 that are going to die. Let's see if they get to shoot again because of the Chapter Ancient. 2 of them do, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's going to be into the Shadow Specters here. So they are going to be -1 to hit because of -1 to hit because of the Shadow Specters, and no, just -1
to hit because you're.
Nope, nothing.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, it's on 2+ because of the Chapter Ancient. So it's going to be -1 to hit. So we're going to have 4 shots from the 2 that can shoot into the Shadow Specters. They're going to be supercharging into them, and they're going to be shooting rapid fire. They're in rapid fire range of the Shadow Specters. So it's going to be hitting. They would ballistic skill 2+ because of it being the Chapter Ancient, -1 because of them being Shadow Specters. So 4 3-up shots. Getting all hits there. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. But one of them didn't fail the roll on the banner, so 2 guys passed it. So look, wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1, nothing's because I don't have a lieutenant back there. So that's going to be 3 wounds, AP -4. Those go straight through, so that's going to be 2 wounds each. So the first guy is going to be 2 5-ups. Oh, he's good because of fortune. 5-ups. Good because of fortune. Okay, finally, one of them did. Ugh. All right, so now this squad of Dire Avengers is going to fire into my Hell Blasters over here. So they've got the one with the X-Arc, so these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Biel-Tan. All right, pretty good. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s, right? Oh, 4s because of strength 4. All right, so re-rolling because of Doom. All right. So missing 3, so that's going to be 4.
2 invols
and
4.
Oh, 2 invul saves because the 6s are AP bunch. So we're going to do 2 4-ups from those, making them both with fill faces. Woo! And then we have 4 3-up armor saves, and I failed 2 of those. Of course I do. So 1 guy is going to be dead, and then 1 guy is going to be injured. He's going to fire into the Shadow Specters. We'll come, or see if he can fire into the Shadow Specters. No, he can't. And then this squad over here is going to fire. They've got 10 shots because they don't have the X-Arc in there. These are going to be hitting, re-rolling 1s, but those were not 1s. So these are now going to be wounding on 4s, getting 4, re-rolling because of Doom. Forgot about Doom. So that's going to be 6 wounds, 1 invul save. 6+, I forgot. On a 4-up, he is good. And then we've got 5 3-up armor saves. And I failed 2 of those again. So that's another guy that's going to be dead. But he will get to fire, so he's going to fire into the Shadow Specters. Hitting on 3s because it's -1. Don't get to reroll the 2 because the 2 would have been a hit. So he doesn't get to reroll that. So that's going to be 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. Oh, what? All right, so now his Wave Serpent's going to fire into my Hell Blasters over here. He did move, so he'd be -1 to hit, but they are the closest, so he gets +1 to hit. But he's down to 1 wound, which means he's going to be hitting on 5s. Whoa. Rerolling 1s, right? Oh no, this one you don't get to reroll 1s. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting rerolling 1s to wound because of Doom, or rerolling anything because of Doom. So that's going to be 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. And a failed 1, so it's a dead guy. Does he get to shoot back? He does not. Here comes his Underslung. Rerolling 1s for this one because it is Shuriken. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, that's 2 wounds. 2 3-ups, and they're good. And now his Serpent Shield is going to pop. And those are questioning, he is within range. We just checked it. So here it goes. Does go off.
So D3.
D3.
3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds. That means 1 guy's going to be dead. But he does get to shoot back. All right, so it's going to be 1 shot into them over there.
You get to reroll because
I get to reroll it because of Azrael. Yeah, that's a hit. That is a wound. And he is a dead guy. All right, so now the Dark Reapers are going to fire into my Hell Blasters over here. So we're going to go with the X-Arc first. So he's going to have 2 shots.
2d6 shots.
2d6 shots, sorry. So that's going to be 5 shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of the Warlord trait. Alrighty, so that's 4 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. That is re-rolling because of Doom. Alright, so that is 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. I failed them both, so that is a dead guy and a wound onto my sergeant, and then he is going to see if I can shoot back with him. I do, in fact, so he's going to fire into the Shadow Specters. Hitting and wounding. Whoa. And dead.
That guy.
And now the 6 shots from the 3 guys that can see over there into him. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Warlord trait. All hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting, re-rolling because of Doom. Oh, Doom! You doomed me, Doom! So that's going to be 6 wounds over there.
1 wound to 6.
Yeah, it went from 1 to 6 wounds. Killer, Doom. Alright, so that's going to be 4-up invul saves. Oh, yeah, he did. So, does he get to fire back one last time? He does. Into his Shadow Specters here. He is in rapid fire range, we figured with this one. So that's going to be 1 hit because that 2 is not a hit. It would have been a hit, but -1 because of the Shadow Specter. That is a wound, though. And he is another dead guy. And now his Howling Banshees are going to fire into my intercessors over here. So they're going to be hitting on 3s. Alright. Rerolling 1s because of Biel-Tan. Alright, pretty good. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-ups. Failing. Both of them, that's a dead intercessor. And now the 4 fire dragons are going to fire in here. Hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll because those are not shuriken. Wounding on 2s. Those are just going to go straight through. So the first one, D6 wounds.
I'm in half range, so.
And half range, so that's going to be more than 2. That's a dead guy. Next one. Is exactly 2. And the next one is 5. So that is 3 dead guys. Alright, so now his Wave Serpent's going to fire into my intercessor over here. These are going to be the top ones, hitting on 3s. Alright, all hits, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. Getting 5 wounds there. 5 3-up saves. Failed 1 of them, so he's down to 1 wound. And now his flyer is going to fire into my scouts over here. So we're going to have the 2 shots from the pulse laser hitting on 3s. Alright, 1 miss. Wounding on 2s. That's a wound.
6-up save because you have a 3-up.
AP what? AP -3, so +1 because of cover. Looking for a 6-up. Show me that Phil first. Yeah, with the Phil face. Woo! And then 2 Bright Lances firing into them, hitting on 3s. That's 1 hit. Rerolling 1s because of, wait, why was it rolling? Oh, because he's an Exarch. Forgot about that, sorry. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s, that's 2 wounds. AP -4, so that is going to be 2 guys that are dead. And that is it for the shooting phase. So into the assault phase, the Banshees are going to charge into my intercessor over here. I cannot fire Overwatch because Banshees be Banshees. So he advanced, so that gives him +3 to this charge. 3 plus 6, 9 inches. The 9 inches should be in. We'll find out. Yeah, it was enough to get him in. He needed an 8-inch charge. All right, so now into the fight phase. His Howling Banshees are going to attack into my intercessor over here. So we're going to go with the Exarch first, hitting on 3s, right? So that's 2 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4 to wound. That is 1 wound. AP -3, so show me that Phil first. No, and he is dead. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that because I've got a lot of command points and not a lot of models. Yeah, with the Phil face. Woo! And do I get the command point back? Oh, yeah, I do. And now the regular ones are going in there. Hitting on 3s. Oh, boy. That's all of them. Strength 5.
Strength 3.
Strength 3, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting, how many? Getting 3 wounds. 3 6-ups. Show me 3 Phil faces. Oh, no. No, I got 1. Can't get those other ones. So he is dead. All right, so that's the end of the Eldar turn here. He scored behind enemy lines over here. And that is it for the Eldar turn here. No one has to take a leadership test because they only lost 2. So we will come back to you with a card drawn by for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, so I drew Scour the Skies, which is kill a fly. At first I thought I had to kill his Crimson Hunter, but in fact, If I kill those two guys, that's a fly model. If I kill those guys, this guy, that's a fly model dead. So we will come back to you with after movement phase. All right, so we forgot that they have to take a leadership test. So they lost 4. So 4 plus
5 or less.
4 plus 4 is 8. They are good to go. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My scouts stood valiantly back here holding the objective. Azrael and the Chapter Ancient boldly strode up the battlefield towards all of these crazy xenos forces over here, proving their strength, and they know absolutely zero fear. They may know very little when it comes to, like, smarts, because, I mean, this isn't probably going to work out well, but you know what? No fear. No fear. So, fortune does favor the bold. Fortune also favors these guys. So, who knows how that's going to work out. So, we'll come back to, that's it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Houston phase. All right, so now, starting this off here, Azrael is going to fire into the Shadow Specters. I'm not going to supercharge. That doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it.
Bait you into that command
Cannot bait me into that one. So, he is going to shoot into them, hitting on a, it's -1 to hit because he's going to fire both profiles. And they're -1 to hit, so he's going to be hitting on a 4. That is a hit. Fill face. Oh, I should have done it. They're tough, but they're toughness 3, right? Yeah, so wounding on a 2 anyway. That's a wound. AP -3, so 6 up save. No, 5 up because of fortune. No, so that is a dead guy.
Nope. In the shed.
Took it on his dang Exarch, so he's still got 1 wound there. So here comes the bolter portion on a 4 again. Rerolling 1s because he can reroll the 1s because that would have been a miss. Yeah, into a hit. Yeah, into a wound. Yeah, into a failed save, but he has fortune. Still got fortune. And fortune. 2 of them because it's mass crafted. No, and he is dead. Now the Chapter Ancient's going to fire into him. That is a hit. That is a wound. And that is a save. All right, so now my scouts here are going to fire into his Dire Avenger squad on the left over here. So hitting on 3s. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. Failed save, so that's a dead Dire Avenger. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Azrael is going to charge into the Dire Avenger squad over there. So these are going to be Overwatch shots here, hitting on 5s. Wait, 5s? Why 5s? 1 second. Gross, they can Overwatch at 5s. That's their special rule. Here we go, looking for 5s. Getting rerolling 1s because of them being, what are they called? Biel-Tan, but Shuriken. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 2 wounds. 1 invul save, so that's going to be a 4 up. That's good with a fill first, and then a 2 up armor save. Yeah, and that one's good. Woo! All right, Azrael is going to need a 10-inch charge to get in there. Can he get in? I'm going to spend a command point over here to try to get this. Show me that fill face. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, no. But do I get it back? Oh, no. All right, that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 4. I am going to get rid of priority orders. That's easy for me to say. Priority orders received. Just don't think I am going to make them have to fail morale test with just Azrael. So that is it for the Dark Angels turn here. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Eldar here on turn 4. All right, so my opponent drew Kingslayer, Master of Runes, which is score 1 victory point if you successfully manifest the psychic power from the Runes of Battle or Runes of Fate discipline during the turn. If you successfully manifested 3 or more psychic powers from the Runes of Battle or Runes of Fate disciplines during this turn, score D3 victory points instead. Pretty good. He also got Secure Objective 1 and Secure Objective 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. His Crimson Hunter flew over this way. All of these guys, so his Shadow Spectre, all the Dire Avengers, and the Farseer, all moving up on Azrael over here. What's it called? Wave Serpent over here moved up as well. This Wave Serpent stood where he was. The Dark Reapers and the other Farseer moved up towards them over this way. This Warlock stood on his objective, and these guys just stood over there because they're far away. Anyway, so that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off the psychic phase, this Farseer is going to cast Guide onto the Wave Serpent over here. Does not go off with a 5. You're going to re-roll. Does not go off with a 3. Now he's going to Fortune the Dark Reapers. Does not go off with a 5. The Warlock here is going to Conceal the Dark Reapers. Goes off with a 6. This Farseer is going to Doom Azrael. Goes off with an 8. And now he's going to Executioner into Azrael over here. Going off with a 10, so D3 mortal wounds. Getting 1 mortal wound. All right, so then into the shooting phase, his Shadow Spectre is going to fire his diffuse mode into Azrael over here. So it's D6 hits, 2 hits, strength 5, right? So wounding on 3s. That is re-rolling 1s because of Doom, or re-rolling everything because of Doom. That's 2 wounds, AP -1, right? So 3 up armor save. Failed one of them. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. I failed that one. Do I get it back? I do not. All right, now the squad of 4 of here is going to fire into the Ancient. They're going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Biel-Tan. Wow, really good. Wounding on 4s. Getting 5 wounds over there. 5, 3 up saves. Failing 3 of them. The Wave Serpent over here is going to shoot into my Ancient over here. So, hitting on 5s.
But guided.
But guided, so getting to re-roll. All right, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits. Wounding on 4s, right? Wounding on 3s, I forgot. So that is 4 wounds. 4, 3 up saves. Oh, and I failed the last one. He's dead. But does he get to shoot back? Yeah, he does. He's going to fire into the Shadow Spectre over there.
Do it.
That is 2 hits, because it's a -1 to hit him, but it's he's hitting on a 2+ because of his banner. These are now going to wound on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 1 wound?
4 up save.
4 up save. Oh, and he's good with that 6. Now the Farseer is going to shoot into Azrael.
Nope.
That's not hitting on a 1. And now the 12 shots from the other squad here, because they got the Exarch in there. These are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of Biel-Tan. All right, wounding on 4s.
Rerolling.
Rerolling because of Doom. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 invul and 6 armor saves. 1 invul save. Whoop, fell off the side there. Nope, that is a wound, and then 6 armor saves, looking for 2 ups. And he makes all of those. And now the other Wave Serpent is going to fire into Azrael over here. All right, these are going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s, or rerolling everything because of Doom.
Everything.
So that is going to be 5 wounds. 5 2 up armor saves. I'm going to spend my 1 reroll from my my Warlord trait. I get a free reroll during the game. Yeah, and he's good. Woo! And now the Underslung. All right, so that is 1 hit. That is not a wound, but rerolling because of Doom. That is a wound. And that's a save. And now he's going to pop his Serpent Shield. Goes off. That is 1 wound. And now the Dark Reapers are going to fire into Azrael over here. So they're going to use the Strength 5 weapons. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling because of the Warlord trait back there. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. Oh, I got 1 more. All right, rerolling because of Doom. So that is 3, 6, 7 invul saves over here. So we got 7 4 ups. And no, I failed. So Azrael is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. All right, so now the Crimson Hunter is going to fire into my scouts. We're going to go with the 2 Bright Lances first, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because he's an Exarch. So that's going to be 1 hit. Wounding on a 2, AP -4, so that is a dead guy. And now the Pulse Laser, right? Yeah, Pulse Laser, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because he's an Exarch. No, nothing there. All right, so my opponent got D3 points for Kingslayer, D3 for Master of the Runes. Why don't you just throw those over here? That is going to be 1 point there, and what was that one over there? And 2 points over there, so it's at 3 points scored over there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we were going to end this battle with a pretty strong dark Eldar, pretty strong Eldar showing here. Craft World Biel-Tan showing how it's done. But the Dark Angels not tabled because Jenkins lives. He always does. So I hope you guys have all. This was a brutal game, but it was a ton of fun. I had a blast. I mean, just hanging out here, having a good time, just yelling at each other, and just having a great time, wooing at each other, or yelling at him for wooing at me, as the case may be. But yeah, I hope you guys all super enjoyed it. I had a blast. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Kyle, and until next time, have fun.